In the official records of the British Empire, the founding of Australia is described as expansion, as ambition, as progress. But buried beneath polite language and imperial pride lies another truth. A truth written not in monuments, but in hunger, in chains, and in unmarked graves. In 1788, more than 1,000 human beings were shipped across the world, not to build a future, but to be forgotten. This was not a colony of opportunity. It was a human disposal site. And for those sent there, survival was never guaranteed or even expected. This is the story of Britain's first penal colony, a place history prefers to call a beginning, but was in reality a slow and deliberate erasure. A problem the empire couldn't hide. By the late 1700s, Britain had a problem. Its cities were overflowing, its prisons were full, its punishment system was collapsing under its own cruelty. Petty crimes, stealing bread, unpaid debts, vagrancy, were punished with imprisonment or death, and the gallows could no longer keep up. For decades, Britain solved this by shipping prisoners to America. But after the American Revolution, that option disappeared. The prisoners remained, the courts kept sentencing, and the empire needed a new place to send people it no longer wanted to see. The solution was not justice, it was distance. The decision no one voted for. In quiet government chambers, far from public debate, a decision was made. A distant land barely understood by Europeans, thousands of miles away, inhabited by people the empire did not recognize as human equals. Australia. Not because it was suitable, not because it was prepared, but because no one would hear the screams. The First Fleet. In May 1787, 11 ships left England. They carried convicts, soldiers, officials, supplies that would prove hopelessly inadequate. Men, women, and children were chained below deck. Many had never seen the ocean. Many would never see England again. The journey would take over 8 months. Disease spread quickly. Food rotted. Water turned foul. By the time they arrived, the weak were already dying. Arrival at a place that was not ready. In January 1788, the fleet arrived at Botany Bay. What they found was not fertile land, not shelter, not abundance. They found poor soil, no infrastructure, no established farms, no plan. The colony had been founded on hope and ignorance, and hope does not feed people. Starvation as policy. David Collins' account makes something clear almost immediately. Food was never enough. Rations were reduced again and again. Men worked from sunrise to sunset on empty stomachs. Women fainted while standing in line for food. Children cried themselves to sleep from hunger. The official punishment for stealing food? Execution. Yes, hanging for bread. When desperation became crime. Starvation turned survival into rebellion. Convicts began stealing from each other. Some tried to escape into a land they did not understand. Most were never seen again. Those caught were whipped, publicly, until their backs were torn open. The purpose was not correction, it was fear. The noose as entertainment. Executions were public, not hidden, not solemn. They were spectacle. Convicts were forced to watch others die. Sometimes their friends, sometimes their lovers. The message was clear. This is what happens when you resist. Women in the colony. Women were not spared. They were punished, traded, and controlled. Many were forced into sexual arrangements for food or protection. Refusal often meant starvation.
Children born in the colony inherited punishment, not freedom. They were raised in a world where cruelty was normal. The silent violence against the land's first people. While the colony struggled internally, another violence unfolded quietly. The indigenous people of the land were pushed aside, ignored, or killed. Their food sources were destroyed. Their land was taken without negotiation. The official records rarely mention this. Silence is its own kind of violence. A colony built on fear, not future. The colony survived, barely. Not because it was humane, not because it was efficient, but because human beings endured what should have broken them. Many didn't survive long enough to matter. Why history cleaned this up? Later generations reframed the story. They spoke of bravery, of settlement, of progress. They stopped talking about hunger, executions, forced labor, broken bodies, because empires do not like to remember what they did to maintain control. Final reflection. This colony was not a mistake. It was a solution. A solution to a problem Britain did not want to face honestly. And when history calls this the birth of a nation, it leaves out the cost. History did not forget this place by accident. It forgot it on purpose.